Okay.
The guy's filming.
Hmm?
The guy's filming. I don't feel comfortable.
Really?
I'm not able.
It's live.
Really? I can be able to.
Yeah, this should be better.
I texted you the other day. I'm sure you didn't see
You did?
Yeah.
About what is a twang?
Yeah. Because the colleague said she used the word twang, and I was like, I didn't hear the word.
She said a twang. I'm gonna have to look it up because it's a and it usually represents
Started the live? Yes. Okay, so this is the second session. So the second session of the English Talkera Club. It's a speaking club, so it is meant for those who want to improve their English speaking skills. So the session will be every Saturday at 2:00, from 2 to 4. And maybe today also we speak also about we continue speaking about the techniques, the learning techniques or strategies to learn a language. So today also we have our guest, Elizabeth Long. Thank you very much indeed for coming here for the second time. And today our moderator is Dr. Kishu Hanan. Kishu is a professor at the University of Tiftu. She's teaching English. As a matter of fact, she was my classmate. But now she's a doctor. I am just a student.
You're a professor of economics. Makes you better than me.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, so assalamu alaikum, everybody. Good afternoon. Okay. Good afternoon. So, as Beth has just said, we have new faces with us today, which feels great every time, okay, to meet new people. So the space is yours. It's like a second home for you. So feel free to come to join us every Saturday, I think from 2 to 4, to practice your speaking skills, to communicate. And I always say that English speaking is more about connection, not perfection. So you don't have to be a perfect speaker. You don't have to be flawless in speaking. You don't have to commit 0 errors to be a good speaker. It's more about connection, to meet other people, to meet new faces every time, which feels great every time for me. So you're welcome every time. So feel free to join us every Saturday. Thank you so much, everybody. And I hope it will be an unforgettable experience for you so that you will keep joining us. Thank you so much. I give the word to Beth now.
okay. Two pieces. Yes. Hi, everyone. I met some of you. I didn't get to say hello to you. But yes, as Hannah said, and Fata, that I'm here living in Algeria for 1 year. I'm teaching at the École Normale Supérieure in l'Alma, and I train young people to become English teachers. And I love being here. I love Algeria. I love Algerians. Thank you. And I really admire you for coming, because this is the first step in improving your English, is to make connections, like Anna said, make connections with other people and practice. Last week, we talked about how mistakes are expected. It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. And that even me as a native English speaker, sometimes, I mean, my speaking skills are not perfect, but I am a native English speaker, but there are words that I don't know, words I might try using sometimes and not get them right. But the practice with other people is the most important way to improve your speaking skills. And so congratulations, and I admire that you're here.
Maybe, thank you so much, Bess. Maybe we can talk today, or we can discuss what's learnable versus what's natural. So what is learnable? What is expected of them to learn? Like writing is a learnable skill, for example. Reading is something learnable. But what is more natural, or what is more innate in a person? What are we predisposed to know that we're not supposed to learn? Like speaking like a native. We're so eager to reach that native speaker pronunciation, for example. Is this something that we learn, that we should put some efforts in? Like we should listen a lot to native speakers so that we reach at least, I would say, a good pronunciation, if not a native-like pronunciation, or it's just out of exposure. Like this is what we discussed last time. Like we should be exposed to natives so that we naturally pick up the accent or the pronunciation. So it is something that we can learn, so a learnable skill, versus something that's no, we don't need learning. Okay, thank you. So we can discuss this with Bess, with the others, if you have. Maybe we get to know them first. Yes.
First.
Good afternoon. I am Shez Madaya, and I am a teacher in Arabic. I am happy to be here today, and I am try to improving my skills and my language in English, and that's all.
Nice to meet you. Yes. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Baghdadi Abdelkader. I am engineer in Algeria Telecom. I study English before. I have many words, but now I forget.
It's been a long time. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you. All right, so good afternoon, everyone. And I have the great pleasure to be here and a guest in your school, and again to meet one of my university teachers. Yeah.
Nice to be my student. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. So, well, I'm Hamza Hamoudi. I'm 35 years old. I'm a middle school teacher, and I was invited by the school. So the pleasure is mine. I have the great pleasure to be here. So again, you know, the fact that you're teaching middle school students. So I feel that my level will be like, yes, constant, you know. So I try to keep my level and even to share experiences with others, ideas, and you know.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Hamza. Thank you.
So hello, it's an honor to me to come between you today. I introduce myself. I'm a chemistry teacher at the university. Knowing that my background was in French since my studies and my work as teacher since 2000. I found difficult to transmit my information, my baggages of English in front of my students. Perhaps I afraid to make mistakes in front of my students and my friends. So I came to Talkera to improve, to develop my communication, my speaking skills, and I hope that I can speak.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Hello, I am Warda Labashra. I am a general practitioner. I am here because I love English very much. Also, I try to be a confident speaker because now I solve a lot of difficulty with my children. Yes, I have a big problem with pronunciation. Yes, especially in pronunciation. So, I take to thank you. So thank you, all the group. Thank you.
I didn't hear what you said you do. What's your profession?
I'm doctor, general practitioner.
Medical doctor.
Yes,
Yes.
general doctor.
General practice.
And I always ask.
It's a big one.
I say to Dr. Tbani, because I have an experience with him.
Mhm.
I told him that now we must how we say, be more focused. We must focus in English and informatic. Yes, we do those for our children. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, my name is Riham Amawish. I know that Mrs. Elizabeth Long knows me because I came to Talkera last time. And as I said, I am a student at middle school. I am 14 years old, and I am here to improve my English skills and to be a well English
English speaker.
yes, a well English speaker.
Good. Welcome back.
All right, so thank you so much, Max. So as I was discussing with Bess, we want to know more about your journey in learning English. We have, mashallah, people from the different walks of life. We have an Arabic teacher, an engineer, a middle school teacher, a physician or a medical doctor, a chemistry professor, and a student. So can you talk more about your journey? Like what fascinates you the most about the English language, even though you belong to another field, like it's Arabic, it's engineering, it's chemistry. What was the motive behind, for example, learning more about the language or practicing the language? So what brought you here today? In other words.
Why are you here?
Yes.
I told you that when I speak with my students, I be afraid to make mistakes. I can't connect with them. I don't found space for speaking English. And make mistakes for speaking English and make mistakes.
But are you an EMI teacher now? It's like, have you started with teaching in English?
No.
The EMI approach, not yet?
No, it's my first
Still
time.
French? No, in college, at university. What language do you use when
French.
teaching?
My background was in French.
I think Mr. Abdel Fattah, they will apply the EMI starting from this year. Have you started teaching in English already or?
Yes, we have since 3 years, perhaps. They motivated us to
But have you implemented the approach yet?
To use English as principal language.
But you're still using French?
I write my courses in English.
Okay.
I present them French and English.
Okay, translanguaging. I think this is translanguaging. Yeah.
Scientific words are simple. My problem is to speak and to communicate.
Yeah. I think we can.
This is a good place to practice.
Yes.
Yes, sure.
Today I am now. I want to take in first steps in the English.
But, sorry. I think this isn't your first step because you already speak English. Where did you begin speaking English? Where did you begin learning English? Because maybe this is your second or your third step.
You have prior experience.
Because I study in last years, but I forget.
Yeah. So you studied, last year you began studying English. Great.
Private schools?
In society, from society, in les formations.
In your own company.
In your own company. Great. That's great. So this is your second step. Yeah, good.
For me, I studied English last year online. I have level A2.
Okay.
Yes. Like I said, I like this language. I'm not a doctor, I will be a teacher of English. But this motivation is, I can't say this motivation. Then when my children became to study English, I find that I must do this. And also in our domain, in medical, those women, persons who came to give us new information and they speak in English.
Yeah.
Also, the brand news information are in English. Sometimes when we search for something, we didn't find we didn't find all the information in how we say in seats of French, and so we must yes. And all the word is go over English. We try to study it. Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
As my English teacher said, the world is in English because all the world is working now by English. So if someone didn't learn it, he can't survive with the world. He can't get used to it because all the information or the sources, even when you buy clothes, you will find them written in English. So you must learn English, even though you make mistakes, even though you just try and you will achieve your goal, which is learning English.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, going back to your point, okay? I think you have to share the same point that sometimes you're afraid of making mistakes in front of your students. Well, it's my opinion that it's not a problem at all, okay? Why? Because you see, we have a live example here, okay? She's young, yes, mashallah, yes, she's young and she's a middle school student. Why does she have this level? The answer is that they are digital natives. No. Yes, digital natives means that they live with always they live technology. They play games, they chat in English. You know, this is their era. You know, so well, I feel happy when I find such a problem. I feel happy when I face this problem. You know, because it's their generation. It's their stadium.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So our job now is just try to cope with them. That's all. Yes. Yes.
For me, I studied English at MBA school. I have 3 or 4 levels, but just grammar, writing, etc. So I have a baggage. I have, yes, and I think when I am in front of my students, I think when I make mistakes, my image was brilliant. Yes, yes. That is what why I'm here. Yes. I want to talk. I want to talk. I want to talk.
Well, and
Believe me, when I find such students, sometimes in my class.
In my class, there is a lot of students who speak English very, very, very well. Yes.
Believe me, when I find them, I just start chatting with them. It's okay. There is no problem.
No, in an EMI context, because you're now obliged to teach all the disciplines in English, it's more threatening to the identity of the professor. It's not like, yeah.
When you make mistakes, takes in front of students. Yes, yes.
For me, my children say always, "Mom, we don't pronounce like this. We have the grammar, and we have that's the problem with. I have some words from I pronounce it false. This because teachers of my children in primary school, it's very good teachers. My child, he has 11 years. He told me, "Mom, we don't pronounce like this, you know." And my daughter, it's in the middle school. She told me, she tell me always, "Mom, please don't be shy. You pronounce, and I will correct you." Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, well, a couple of things, but let him go.
So hello, second time. So I am calm and hardworking person. I like always learning a new things and trying to improving my skills. And I wish to get better in English. I wish I can speak fluently in English, and I have the same problem. I have the words and the skills I feel, but when I am trying to talking, everything is lost.
Have a mental blocks. Like
Everything is lost. Even so, is the same problem. I wish I can in future speak English fluently. That's all. Thanks you. Thank
You're
you.
in the right place, like this.
You're in the right place.
Yes, you're in the right place. Thank you so much.
So I'd like to share a couple of things. I have learned a couple of other languages in my life. I'm trying to learn Darja. But so I appreciate the process of learning another language. The important thing is communication. It's getting the idea across. How you get the idea across, you know, some people can get the idea out there in better spoken English, but it's the idea that's important. So sometimes when I've been, I speak some Spanish, and I had to do a presentation in front of professionals in the Dominican Republic in Spanish. I was so worried. I felt like I would be embarrassed if I made mistakes. So I just started the workshop with, "Hello," you know, in Spanish, "Hello, my name is Elizabeth. You can hear that I do not speak Spanish as a native speaker. I will make mistakes. If you don't understand, ask me." So it may be that with your students, you just tell them, "I'm going to make some mistakes, but I'm trying to get this content across to you. If you don't understand, ask me a question, but I will make mistakes. It's okay. Whenever we're speaking another language, we make mistakes."
So that's what you're trying to say is that in her case, it's content which matters.
Yeah, the content is what matters.
Over language pronunciation.
And just admitting, I will make mistakes. For example, when I've been here in Algeria, I've learned to say maybe 7 things in Arabic, and they're the most important things. The first thing I learned was Assalamu alaikum, Lebes Hamdullah, how to greet people, right? Because that then makes people feel good about me, makes me feel good about them. Then I learned how to say where I live, because then I could use a taxi and I could get home safely. So it's all about that sort of what you need to communicate to get your idea across. Now, I didn't always say where I lived correctly, but as long as somebody understood, they get the message. So mistakes are a given. We expect it, but you are learning another language. For some of you, it may be your third language, your fourth language. That's amazing. Really, it's something to be proud of. So here, anyway, we just want the ideas. We won't correct your mistakes, but we might model the language for you. Because personally, if I'm talking to somebody who I think will correct my mistakes, I don't want to talk, right? So don't worry about your mistakes. Here, this is a safe place to just practice using what you know.
So Bess, are you like against the idea of giving corrective feedback in a general way, or just when like speaking to adults, for example?
Yeah. So when I teach my classes, I teach year 2 students and year 1 students. And when we're talking in class, I never correct their English. However, I make notes. And I note, oh, they're not quite using past tense correctly. And in the next lesson, I teach past tense. So it doesn't single anyone out, but I notice and I note it down and I come back to it. Because if you're in a class, I have one class of 60 students. If a student raises his hand and he says something and it's incorrect, and I say, no, that's not correct, say it this way, he will never raise his hand again, right? But I can note it down and I can go back and say something privately to him or teach a lesson on it.
Seems like we're using the wrong method with our students. Because it's like I can't stand mistakes. Like it's not I can't stand somebody like mispronouncing something or making a grammatical mistake and I keep calm. Like
yes.
I can't keep my cool, as we say.
Yes.
I have to correct the person in front of me. It's not to make fun of them, of course. It's not to embarrass them in any ways. Yeah, but it's more habits, but it's more like feeling more responsible to correcting them than just saying nothing. But I like Bess's method, approach towards errors more than like stopping each time to correct an error. It's more embarrassing maybe in class if it's in front of class. And it depends on age, I think, as well. Yes.
It depends on age. It certainly would be for me if I was in your Arabic class and I had learned how to say Rani Sekna Mora Jema Fi Bisar, where I live. But maybe I said it wrong. And you said, no, don't say it that way. Say it this way. I would be hesitant to speak up again in class. But it is important. Obviously, we can learn from our mistakes. So, sometimes in class, I have the students work together in pairs and they talk to each other. And they might hear their partner say something differently than they say it. And oh, that's the way you say it. So I'm not saying completely don't correct errors, but think of when is the best time to correct an error.
Like scaffolding, for example.
Scaffolding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Working in pairs, for
Yes.
example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if you, for example, in your chemistry class, there's a certain sentence you need to say, you can ask us, how can I say that in good English? And we'll talk to you about it. But it needs to be kind of exactly what is it you need. In fact, in your work, I have no idea what kind of vocabulary you might need in IT engineering. But if you tell us, I need to know how to say this, then we can practice that with you.
But I think, yes, thank you so much.
Let me add to that. I think we have to bear in mind that doing mistakes comes under the process of learning. It's a must. It's one step. It's a step to learn. Doing mistakes, it's part of the of the learning process. Okay, and I always think of learning a language like making an omelette. Yeah, if you want to make an omelet, you gotta break the eggs first. Okay, you need to break the eggs. Same thing holds true for the language. So break the language, do mistakes, okay, but speak louder and don't be shy. And something else about learning to speak English. So we like this. We do. Some people they master grammar. They are good at writing, but when they speak they don't find the words. They lack the words. It happens to us. But I think the best way is to listen a lot. So because listening is a skill, one of the 4 skills. Listening is the input, and speaking is the output. So the more you listen, the more you'll be able to speak. Okay, I myself I teach also Turkish language, and so I had the opportunity to learn the language, and I delivered some courses. Sometimes students come for the first time. They speak Turkish. They never attended a course. They never went to a course, but they speak Turkish. Why? Because watched thousands of series and in Turkish, so they can speak the language. So I guess this is the best way. So listen a lot. So you have to be addicted somehow to listening. You can listen an hour a day, 2 hours a day, I don't know. But the more you listen, because when listening, you learn sentences. You don't just learn words. And that's why always I advise not using an English Arabic or English French dictionary. Why? Because when you translate the word, you kill it. When you translate the word, let's say, for example, define the word water. Can you define the word water? What is water? Okay, you know the word. Water is in Arabic is this, but can you define it? But when you learn a definition, you use an English dictionary. You don't just learn the word. You learn the definition of the word. So you learn 2 or 3 more words. So water, for example, is liquid, is vital for our lives, for example. Okay, so this is, I guess, the best way to improve your speaking skills is to listen a lot. Listen and try to speak, try to make mistakes.
practice a dialogue. I also, I used to work in Tanzania. I learned some Swahili, and I had to present in Swahili. So at home, I would write what I was going to say out in Swahili, and I would read it and read it and read it. Then I'd say it. It takes practice, but you can do it. We can all do it. The other thing I was going to add to listening is reading. For example, the medical journals that you see, or maybe the technical materials at your work. If they're written in English, read them. Start a vocabulary list. Note down any phrases that are new and different for you, and try to learn them. So reading and listening are really important sort of precursors to speaking. You need vocabulary, and you need to hear that. You need to have some of the phraseology in the sentences, the morphology.
I don't think they struggle with their content. I mean, the English they need for their content. Like she doesn't need, for example, English that she's gonna use in medicine or chemistry or I think you can correct me if I'm wrong. What they need is that general English to communicate. Conversational English. It's more than maybe she knows best, of course, in chemistry because she's a chemist. She knows best in yeah. So I think what they need is that general.
I can't talk to him in English. He's a native English speaker. I don't know. I don't have the content knowledge
Exactly.
to talk about engineering. So in that way, I think reading English, that English content about your sector, about engineering, is important.
Yeah, I think one. Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
I think that I have my friendship. They told me why we didn't go study medical English.
Yeah.
First,
Medical.
I say
Yeah.
medical English. English medical.
Yes.
Yes. I say no. We must speak English. I think that if I will be fluent and confident in English, so medical English is not a large thing.
The vocabulary. It's the.
I have the problem here.
It's communication.
Yes, communication, and we didn't find someone who motivates you. Okay. It's like this. We have this big problem when you say I will study English. They go,
what for?
We didn't. Yes. My friendship told me you are 44 years with the English. What will you do with English? Maybe we didn't find someone who motivates us. Yes, and we haven't time. When you say about listening, I try to listen when I am in good mood. I try to listen when I want to sleep. I do videos and I try to listen them because they say that when final choose what we do, it will be stuck. It will stay in. Yeah. I try like this. Yes.
That's a good approach. That's a
Yeah.
good strategy.
Yes.
I think just adding to what Beth has just already said is about reading and listening at the same time. Even if it's not in your own specific discipline, like engineering or chemistry or whatever, it's even in general English, it's listening to audiobooks. Like you can have the hard copy in front of you and you're listening, and I have plenty of these, okay? So the book itself has an audio version. So you can be reading the book, listening to it at the same time. So you're reading the words and listening to them at the same time. So it's pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, all at once. I find this to be very helpful, and this is what I usually advise my students to do. Nowadays we have podcasts. Everybody listens to podcasts, Spotify. You all have, podcasts, and Abdel Fattah can correct me. I'm not really an AI. I like a guy who's an expert. Some podcasts come with an AI translation, which is immediate. It's like you're listening. Yes, subtitle, but AI subtitles, so you can be listening. If you open the podcast, you have that everything that they're saying. It's of course using. Because you can be in your kitchen doing your stuff, you can be preparing whatever, in your car, still playing a podcast. That word, you can immediately go to the podcast because it's check the word on the spot. Repeat it 3-4 times. Repetition is key, as Bess has just said, which is drilling, I think, in TEFL. The other day, I was teaching my students about the difference between British and American accents. And they said, what do you think? I asked them, what do you think is harder? They said, of course, American. I said, why? Yeah, for me, it's the opposite. I don't know, because I speak it, I like it, I'm not sure. They said, of course, the American accent is harder. I said, wait, they speak, and they told me they eat, in Nigeria, they eat the words, they swallow the words. And they are so fast. And I said, for me, it's the opposite. It's the British accent, which is harder. American is like, I don't know, you find it more cool. It's for everybody. It's for, compared to the British accent, which is you have to be so posh. So, you know, you have to, I don't know, you have to give yourself that. So one of the words which they find it really hard to pronounce in the American accent is the word girl, which has that sound. I was trying to help them. Like I was astonished to find that 90% of my students have difficulties pronouncing the sound, especially that it's followed by the r sound. It's like girl. And those words which end with li, like literally, if it's American, like literally, if it's British, that's of course less. Yes.
People from the
Kabi.
Kabyle
They have the exact same sound.
They have the exact sound. So if you listen to an Algerian speaking Arabic, you may not differentiate. You cannot find the nationality of that person. You cannot say he's Algerian. But if you, for example, if you're an Egyptian speaking any language, whatever language,
you could still tell he's Egyptian.
Okay. Example.
What the Egyptian language, English and Arabic is
Yeah, they
Indian people, yes, Indian people, they have this accent. So it's easy
to tell that he's Indian.
This one is an Egyptian or an Indian. But I cannot say this one. Who I thought was Turkish. But Turkish language. When he speaks to Turkish people, they can't say he's not Turkish. So that's why I'm saying we have this ability. We have this ability to pronounce these difficult sounds. Okay, I know someone who speaks Spanish. He was with us last time. He spoke in excellent Spanish. Okay, so I guess this is a plus for us.
I think it's an advantage like this.
So I'm an English language fellow. That's the program I'm with. And there are 2 other women. And we, all 3 of us, believe Algerians are very adept at learning languages. We're always impressed with the number of languages people speak and how well people speak it. In my country, in the United States, you know, a lot of us speak Spanish, but most people I know that are my friend group, they don't even speak a second language. They speak English. So the fact they're in Algeria, people speak French, Arabic, Kabyle, English, you know, maybe Turkish. You all, your brains are wired for learning another language. So you can certainly do it. One thing I was going to say about accents. And pronunciation. You don't have to pronounce words perfectly. Your any sort of accent. Your accent is who you are. It's part of your identity. So you an accent. Hold on to your Algerian accent. It's who you are. For me, when I speak, I can't even say that I speak Arabic because I speak so little Arabic. I'm sure I speak with an American accent, but I'm American. It's who I am, right? So the other thing, I was going to go back to reading and podcasts and audiobooks. One of the things that I've done in my work with young people, and I figure we're sort of leveled texts. So for example, if I were learning Arabic, I certainly wouldn't pick up, I don't know, say the Quran as a beginning reader and try to read the Quran. I would fail. So when you think about listening or reading a book, obviously listen to, you know, maybe a book, what we call for young adults, like not necessarily for adult fiction, but young adult because we want to set ourselves up for success. And if we try And then I also think the way young people find a musician they love and just listen to that musician all the time. Listen to their songs, look up their lyrics, listen to the song, read the lyrics. When I was learning Spanish, I really liked Rubén Blades. He's from maybe Colombia. And there was one song that I really loved, and I would listen to it all the time, and I'd have the lyrics there, and I just started singing with him on the lyrics. Even if I didn't understand, it kind of helped get my mouth, you know, ready to pronounce the sound. So music and books are really a good way to go. And then coming here, I feel like I've been doing more talking. I'd rather they be doing some talking.
Thank you so much, Bess. So what do you want to add maybe on what Bess has said? Yes, Hamza, go ahead.
Well, I want to tell you about one of my past experiences when we used to study at the university. I met a Turkish student. Yes.
Yeah, we used to teach
Yes,
Amir, I
Bilal.
think.
Bilal and
Bilal,
Amir.
Amir, yeah.
Yes.
They used to be
Yes.
my students.
The first time he entered the university, he met with me and we just started to be friends. Yes. Then he started to invite me each time to for dinner and to hang out, to go out and to try. He started to tell me, ask me about nice places to visit. We started to go together, and then the relationship yes, academically.
Yeah.
Then I went there, then I got 2 levels in a few, yes.
A few days.
So it was very easy for me.
Fascinating.
Yes.
That's great.
But you know, if you now they went to Turkey, then I didn't practice it for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I started to forget it. Yes. Then I advise you, use it or lose it.
Yeah.
Yes, use it or lose it. Yes. Now I can't speak it like yes. I used to.
This is accident.
Yes, yes. This is the point. I want to to insist on this point. You have to practice.
So best, I think this is accidental learning, like subconscious, unconscious to a far extent.
When you connect with someone who your common language is the target language. For example, I worked in India for some time, and I taught at an international school, and I had 3 students. One was Korean, one was Japanese, and one was French. They were 10-year-old boys. The only way they could communicate was to use English. And their English it progressed much faster than my other students because that was their common language. So I know here in Algeria, it's difficult to meet native English speakers like me because there aren't many of us here. But if you meet another nationality and your language is English and you just hang out with them, you go out to meals with them, you play soccer, football with them, but your common language is English, that's a great way to develop language skills because it's just natural, normal. It's what kids do.
And I think the best way to learn is that you know that you don't know that you're learning.
Exactly.
Yes, this is the best way.
Yes.
The space of people with whom we speak all the time in English, we lose it.
Yes, that's true.
Otherwise,
And that's what this is. That's this space can be that. Mhm. It's an opportunity to way for us to create sort of authentic activities where they turn and they tell each other about their jobs or they,
Simulations.
Yeah.
And I think that culture is really very important to learn a language. Yes, culture. Yes, culture of
the native country,
yes,
the native
target language.
Yes.
Yes. Because when I used to live with these people, I see their culture. I see the forbidden things. Some things are usual for us, but some things are not. It's not okay for them. Yes.
It's like, Beth, do you
Yes.
agree that we should like take culture along with the language, like the faux pas, for example, social faux pas, like I shouldn't do this instead of I should be doing it?
Well, certainly culture, I mean, language is culture. When we speak a language, we're sharing our culture, right? For example, in Arabic and Derja, Lahiberik, Hamdullah, all of those are bringing in the religious culture of Algeria. Inshallah. So I think we can't not bring in our culture, but I think there are times when like, for example, I, being an American here, a non-Muslim American, I have to be careful not to give too much of my culture. I'm, for example, the way I dress is different. Maybe, I mean, this is basically how I would dress, but, I try to be conscious of cultural norms, not just language, so respect. We have to respect each other's culture. We have to, and or I believe that I have to. So
I think we need like this intercultural communication with your textbooks, for example. Teachers should talk more about this so that students are more aware.
yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, if we're learning English, because English is a global language, and you expect to meet people who are English speakers, it would be nice to understand something about their culture and who they are, and yeah. So
Well, I had the experience.